So howdy, America. I guess the viewers, all the viewers who watch these videos, are probably wondering, what would the American People's Liberty Party do regarding the current events that are happening today and yesterday? First of all, I'd like to say to all the people in the Middle East that our party does not believe in interfering in your nations unless you ask us to. If you ask us to come help you, then we would. So we approve of the no-fly zone in Libya. And the people in Bahrain are also asking for help. And so we think the UN should send them help. Now, on Gaddafi, I would have to say that the United Nations, ceasefire or no ceasefire, because Gaddafi is like a two-headed rattlesnake, I think they should finish the job that Ronald Reagan started. Go find his spider hole and drop one of those smart missiles down his smokestack like they did in Iraq, in the first war with Iraq. That was General Schwarzenkoff. And then I think his army would probably switch over to be part of the people wanting a democracy. And I think they should tell Gaddafi he's got 12 hours to surrender or be blown to hell. Now, I'm wondering what our first president, George Washington, would say about all these things. And I think George Washington would say that I see no difference between Gaddafi and United States governors who cut Medicaid. They both kill. And another founding father, Thomas Jefferson, he would probably say, I've asked, huge rallies for freedom in the Middle East, yet my fellow Americans sleep while democracy is stolen by Republican governors and corporations. Your Democrats pushed through a bill that they didn't even read. Both parties should go to hell. That's what I think Thomas Jefferson would say. And I wonder, what would Benjamin Franklin say? He would probably say, holy smoke, you let nuclear reactors blow up and ignore my kite flying? What the hell did I do it for? Hey, build giant concrete encased capacitors and collect God's gift. By the way, it's called lightning. There's a bazillion Google watts of lightning out there every day. Collect it. And what would Hamilton say? I think he would say, democracy? That's all, folks. Well, I try to be a little humorous there about some serious things. Seriously, we're in deep doo-doo. The Republicans are trying to take away union rights. They're trying to disband cities even. They're trying to take over cities and kick out the elected officials and turn the cities over to corporations. That's crazy. These Republican governors are nuts. They're all a bunch of nuts. And the Democrats are just as bad. Do you see President Obama saying, hey, you guys, you can't do that? So I wonder, is it possible for a group of concerned citizens to walk into a governor's office and say, hey, bud, you're under citizen's arrest, and then have a police officer escort him to the jail where they would write him up a citation, and then he would have to appear in court? Or are these governors exempt from the law? Are they above the law or not? If not, then if they're doing un-American things, are you going to let them continue? Use the law. Incidentally, as an electronic technician, I think it is feasible to collect lightning if you have the proper receptors. And if there's any electric companies out there who would like to discuss this with me, I'd be more than glad to give them my ideas. But I think the day of the nuclear reactor is over, irregardless of what improvements they can make, because they're just too damn dangerous. And I think they should shut down the nuclear reactors that are on any kind of an earthquake fault immediately. Now. Like, start doing it now. And I think it was physicist Michio Kaku who said they ought to be dropping cement on those reactors in Japan and encase them in cement, bury them. And you know, it makes you wonder. They take spent fuel rods and they stick them in a 50-gallon drum and pour concrete in there, and then they bury them somewhere. And talking about atomic energy and thick concrete blocks and collecting lightning, I wonder if the Great Pyramid was some kind of a lightning collector. And what about if in the center of each one of those humongous blocks there's a spent fuel rod from 50,000 years ago, before we even know about our prehistory. I wonder if anybody's ever x-rayed any of those blocks in the Great Pyramid. Anyway, now you know what the American People's Liberty Party, the philosophy is on the situation happening in today's world, on our current events.